And they say that the more you give, the more you get. So the more you take time to sit down and map out your vision and build what it is that you want in these practical steps and decide what is it that I want to achieve. Allow it to unfold, because then when you take the necessary steps along the way and continue towards it, it really does build that momentum. And you can literally use this formula, use this base to achieve and manifest any desire or goal. Hey, I'm Jade Elysan, a multi-passionate creative based out of New York City who's obsessed with personal development and anything business, from marketing, branding, creating online programs to launches, and helping you step into your true self so that you can share your gifts with the world. Gain insights with manifesting, creating life on purpose, and get ready to elevate yourself in ways that will surprise even you. Included in your weekly dose of inspiration, get ready to be entertained, uplifted, and encouraged to take action with simple and easy to apply tips, tools, and strategies that fit into your busy daily life, sprinkled with some woo-woo along the way. From embracing your confidence to mastering success habits, setting achievable goals, and ways to harness positive mindsets and beliefs so that you can kick self-doubt and your inner critic to the curb where they belong. Whatever's on the topic call sheet, I'll help you navigate the raw, messy, and sometimes hilarious truths of achieving success, abundance, and happiness, all while encouraging you to become the best version of yourself. So think of me as your go-to girlfriend, talking over some coffee, getting real, and giving you some amazing advice to go from hot mess to thriving success. This is the Uber Savvy Life Biz podcast. If you're like me and you're on the go, sometimes you want to jump straight into the strategy. That's why I created this bonus recap for you. So grab a pen and a pad, or if you're driving, be careful. Just listen and tune to the points that you're like, ooh, I'm definitely going to do that. And this is literally the practical way to manifest and achieve any goal. So in addition to all that mindset that you see out there, these are the practical steps that actually make it happen. So just to recap, 5 steps to manifest and achieve any goal. So you would be writing each one of these down. And the first step to manifest and achieve any goal is to compare. Have an idea of what it is that you want to achieve. In this episode, it was creating a website. So first you would compare different website platforms. You would also compare different websites to each other, what you like about those websites, the colors, the fonts, what pages they have on the website. So that would be the first thing you do. And in the compare step, you would want to make sure that you define your goal, that you have your timing of, okay, by when am I going to compare the different websites or the different website builders? I'm going to do this within the next 10 days. And then do you need other people involved? Now, these questions would be literally something that you ask in every step. Then once you decide, do I need other people involved? What is something that you might need to do or learn to move this particular goal forward? Do you need training? Do you need to watch videos on how to build a website? Those are things that you need to write down under this compare step. And then the last thing, what tools might you need to get this website up and out? So maybe it is, I need to learn the creation of this new build it yourself website. I might need to find where to purchase my domain name from another website. Which brings us to the second step to manifest and achieve any goal is to create. So now that you have step 1 and you answered all of those questions and you wrote them down, you would have your goal now to create. What is your goal to create? My goal is to create a compelling website that will captivate and convert incredible clients or incredible customers who really want to purchase my new product, which are these incredible earrings that I'm wearing, that my amazing friend is in the first part of her journey for designing her jewelry. And it could also be for your t-shirt line or your skincare line, or maybe even an online digital product. So now you're in step 2, create. What's your goal? Well, my goal, I just shared that, to create that incredible website. Your timing. By when? So always ask yourself, by when am I going to do this? Then you write down, I'm going to create my website. It's going to take me 30 days or 60 days, whatever it is that you know that you could commit to doing. Also, mark in your calendar, I'm going to be working on this every Tuesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. when I get back from work, and every Saturday morning from 9 to 1, so that you have something that you're building towards. Because once it's in your planner, it's in your calendar, you're more likely to achieve it. Do you need other people involved? You could ask your friends. You could ask anybody some feedback. Maybe you know somebody who's already selling their jewelry online or their t-shirts online or skincare online, and ask them like what it is that they did to create their first sales on the website. Find that out. Then find out the next thing to ask yourself, what do you need to learn to create the website? In addition to the training videos for the website, do you need a checkout system? Are you going to use PayPal or Stripe? Or do you have something already built into that particular website builder? I know if you're using WordPress, then you would need this last part of what you could ask yourself in this step is, are there any tools that you would need or systems to fully create this step? And that would be a checkout widget for a WordPress site. And then that brings us to the third step to manifest and achieve any goal. And that is to test it. So you go through the same questions. You would test the website. What is your goal? Testing my website. What is your timing? I'm going to test my website with 3 close friends over the next 14 days, which goes into the next thing you would ask yourself. What other people do you need involved? You would want your friends involved. You would want somebody who you might not even know, maybe somebody from the grocery store who's just super nice to you at checkout. And you're like, hey, I have this new website. Can you just test it out? I'll give you like the savings code so you don't actually purchase anything. And you're not necessarily selling your product to them, but you just want to make sure that the whole system flow is perfectly in order. The contact page works, the checkout system works, your copy, which is the words on your website, makes sense. Your about page speaks to them, all of that. And then next within this step, like, is there anything else you need to learn with putting the final parts together for your website? And again, ask yourself, are there any additional tools that you might need? Maybe you're realizing that you might want to have a faster upload speed. There's really cool servers that you could Google or you could search on the internet of how to increase the upload speed for a website. And while there's some domains that you could purchase that give you free websites, sometimes there's, and I'm not going to get too technical, but there's this delay that could take place. So you want to make sure that your website is optimized. That's really what I want to say. And then the fourth step to manifest and achieve any goal is to launch. So now you created this gorgeous website. You have your products ready. You want to make sure that you give yourself 4 weeks to launch. That would be your goal. You want to launch the website. Your goal would be, I would like to sell 10 new pairs of earrings or 10 new t-shirts or 10 new things of skincare the first day. So that's your goal. The timing. Well, you want to give yourself 4 weeks to do this full launch. And I say that because you want to make sure that you have the products ready. You want to make sure that you have the personnel, i.e. you, there to be able to fulfill the product purchase. Because if somebody purchases a product on your website, you want to make sure that not only is the product ready, that you have the shipping materials ready, but you also want to be able to know that you can fulfill it within like a 24 to 48 hour turnaround, which is something that you'd also put on that checkout page. Great. Thank you for your order. Your product will be ready within the next 24 to 48 hours to ship out. You will receive a confirmation when that goes out. So you want all of those things to be in place and other people involved. That's something that you could ask yourself again in this step. Are there other people that you might ask for help with? Maybe you have a friend who has more free time and you're like, hey, can I leave some inventory at your house because I'm going on vacation? And if I get an order, it'd be really great if you can get it to the shipping service for me. I mean, I wouldn't suggest doing a vacation on your launch, but you know what I mean. And then, is there anything else you need to know or learn about this particular launch to make it go more smoothly? Do you want to run social media ads? Maybe if you have a lot of inventory, maybe you want to do some social media posts and run some ads to your website because it's ready to go. And you're like, hey, I'd like to achieve my goal of these 10 orders on day 1. So maybe you need to learn how to run an ad, which is actually pretty easy. Like on Instagram, it says boost post. And it says the same thing on like Facebook, boost, 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 post. And then like it just walks you through how to do that. And then lastly, in this launch step, you say, okay, is there any other tools that you would need for making this launch even easier? And once you do that, then it brings you into the 5th step to manifest and achieve any goal. And that is to scale. So now you did your launch, you stepped into it. Now you could kind of map out what it would look like if you scaled your particular online business. Does that mean getting new materials to create a different design? Does that mean just getting more materials of the same design to create more of that product so that the next time you launch, maybe you do 20 purchases that first day? Your goal for scale could be like, okay, well, now that I've sold my first 10 items, I would like to scale now to 100 items. And then you would decide that would be your goal. Well, you'd have to do a budget. You'd have to figure out how much money you'd like to put towards the materials and then decide if that's something that's feasible right now with the time that you have to be able to put in to create the product. And then that brings us to the next thing that you're asking in each of these steps is the timing. By when would you like to create X amount more designs or X amount more products? Are you going to give yourself 30 days, 60 days? And do you need other people involved? Every step you're asking, do I need other people involved? Maybe you have a friend who's like, you know what? I really want to help you create your jewelry. Show me how you do it. I'll be your assistant. Or maybe you have a friend who does screen printing for t-shirts and is like, hey, I could help you screen print those t-shirts that you've been outsourcing. Let me do it for half the amount. And then you have your friend involved. You never know. Like, that's why it's always good to put yourself out there and share with others. And then in this scale step, the next thing you would want to know is, do you need any additional knowledge or training to scale? So this is where like a coach would be really great to bring in because they're able to come in and kind of like strategize. All right, this is where you're at. This is where you'd like to go. And then look at your budget. Look at the time you have to give to this, I would say, side hustle or this passion project. And also give you steps like, okay, this is a very practical way to achieve this scale. And that's something I do in addition to my coaching programs when I coach others to create and launch their businesses. And I'll leave a link in the show notes if that's something you're interested. If you'd like to start working one-on-one with me, you could actually just sign up for the wait list and I'll let you know when new spots open up for that or when the next group program opens up as well. But before I digress, the last part of the step is, do I need any additional apps to scale? So maybe your original checkout system wasn't doing it for you. And maybe you need something like Thrivecart that does an auto responder and auto fulfillment. And then you have this separate third party where you do a zap to them. And a zap is like when one website triggers and then you zap it to another website, which could be like the order fulfillment third party center. And then that third party center, if you're scaling in a really big way and you can't do all the shipping yourself, you send them your inventory. That zap triggers that third party to then ship it to the client or to the customer who just purchased. And that's really something else that you would learn in terms of this step for scale. And that's what's really important with the fifth step to manifest and achieve any goal, which is the scale. You have to really know like where you want to go in terms of your dreams and goals, because the more clear you are, the more you're able to write it down, the easier it will be for you to put these practical steps together and achieve it. So I hope that was super helpful. This was a fun episode. I know it was very like strategy based. I promise you, if you take the time, listen to this episode, pause it, write down each step, write down the questions that you would want to answer on each step, put it all in front of you, and then take that time and give to yourself. You will achieve and manifest any of your goals. It's not just this woo-woo, I'm going to manifest this healthy, fit body, or I'm going to manifest this new product online or this new website. Yes, you can manifest it, but you have to take the steps, these literal practical steps to manifest it. It's not just about visualizing and meditation and drawing it into your reality. It's going through these steps, taking the time, distilling each one, and just moving through it. And that's how you can manifest and achieve any goal. It truly works, everything I shared with you in this episode. So I'd love to leave you with this incredible quote. Self-trust is the first secret to success. Ralph Waldo Emerson. So you just got to trust yourself that you could do this. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's super easy. And once you do it, it's easy to do it again and do it again and do it again. And they say that the more you give, the more you get. So the more you take time to sit down and map out your vision and build what it is that you want in these practical steps and decide what is it that I want to achieve. Allow it to unfold, because then when you take the necessary steps along the way and continue towards it, it really does build that momentum. And you can literally use this formula, use this base to achieve and manifest any desire or goal. So I'm curious, which one of those are you going to apply to your life right now? Circle one on your paper, the notebook, pad that resonates with you the most, and apply that in the next 24 to 48 hours. I know that what I've shared has helped me, and hopefully it will make a positive impact and do the same for you. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. That was awesome. I appreciate you. Stay committed to your vision, take consistent action, and know that great things are on the other side of that door. Because remember, only you hold the key to unlock your dream life. So why not start today? I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Can I just say, you're awesome. You just finished an episode of the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. If you like this episode, feel free to leave a nice review and rate it 5 stars if you found it helpful. But if not, please don't rate it 4 stars. Just ignore this part. However, if you did like it, make sure you share it with a friend who may find some value in the topics discussed today. Be sure to share it with them, because you never know who you could uplift. Also, if you want more, check out the show notes in the description, which would include any links that may have been mentioned in this episode. Are you still listening? Are you waiting for a blooper reel? That'd be a really fun idea to throw in at times. But seriously, are you tired of foggy mornings? Go to jadeelysan.com to grab your ultimate caffeine-free boost to supercharge your mornings for success. That's right, your empowered morning mindset checklist. Your great day is just a thought away. This is take 150,000. We'll be back soon. If you could just all give a go Jade, keep going. It would help her create more of these episodes for you. So I hope that you got to listen to this part. And by the way, I'm Miss Tessa. I'm her British friend who lives in Kensington Gardens. Okay, so let's see what happens. Sarah, this is for you, seriously.